Have you ever felt exhausted, but still unable to rest? You sit down to study, you open your laptop, and your brain just freezes. That is not laziness. That is burnout. Today, we're not just talking about productivity. We're going to understand what burnout does to your brain, your hormones, and your nervous system, biologically. Because burnout is not a personality flaw, it is a physiological state. Burnout is a state of chronic stress that leads to emotional exhaustion, mental detachment, reduced performance. It happens when stress becomes constant. Now let's go inside the brain. When you're under stress, your amygdala becomes activated. The amygdala is the brain's threat detector. It signals danger, even when the danger is just deadlines or pressure. This activates your hypothalamus. The hypothalamus triggers the HPA axis, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. This leads to cortisol release. And when cortisol remains elevated for weeks or months, your body enters survival mode. But there is hope. Many have found their way back from burnout by understanding its physiological roots and taking deliberate action. Let's hear some of their stories. Meet Sarah, an architect who once worked 80-hour weeks. She felt constantly drained and detached. Sarah learned to set firm boundaries, scheduling regular breaks and incorporating mindfulness. Slowly, she regained her passion for design, realizing that rest was not a luxury, but a necessity for creativity. Then there's Mark, a startup founder who thrived on hustle until he hit a wall. His body was in constant survival mode. Mark started delegating tasks, prioritizing sleep, and reconnecting with his family. He discovered that a well-rested mind made him a more effective leader, not less. Finally, Emily, a university student, found herself unable to focus, despite endless studying. She felt guilt and shame. Emily began to prioritize self-care, seeking support from her campus wellness center, and embracing hobbies outside of academics. She learned that a balanced life enhanced her learning, proving that pushing herself to exhaustion was counterproductive. The brain under burnout 1, amygdala, fear center, becomes overactive. You feel anxious easily. Small tasks feel overwhelming. 2, prefrontal cortex, decision-making center. This area controls focus, planning, rational thinking. Chronic cortisol weakens its efficiency. That's why you procrastinate. You can't concentrate. You feel mentally slow. 3, hippocampus, memory center. High cortisol shrinks hippocampal activity. Result, brain fog, forgetfulness, poor learning retention. Burnout is literally altering how your brain processes information. Hormones in the body burnout doesn't stay in the brain. It affects the whole body. Cortisol constant elevation, weakens immunity, increases blood pressure, disrupts sleep. Adrenaline keeps heart rate high, makes you restless. Dopamine depletion. When you push constantly without rest, your reward system dulls. Things that once motivated you stop feeling exciting. That's why burnout feels like, I don't care anymore. Not laziness. Neurochemical exhaustion, nervous system dysregulation. Your autonomic nervous system has 2 branches. 1 sympathetic, fight or flight. 2 parasympathetic, rest and digest. Burnout keeps you stuck in sympathetic dominance. Your body never fully returns to rest mode. This leads to poor digestion, muscle tension, headaches, shallow breathing. Your body is tired, but wired. Why productivity drops? Productivity requires focus, prefrontal cortex, memory, hippocampus, motivation, dopamine. Burnout disrupts all 3, so pushing harder makes it worse. Burnout is not solved by discipline. It is solved by nervous system recovery. How to recover? Sleep regulation. Reduce caffeine overload. Scheduled breaks, not guilt breaks. Sunlight exposure. Gentle movement. Social connection. Saying no to excess workload. Recovery is biological, not motivational. Reflection. If you feel exhausted, detached, unmotivated, your body may not need more pressure. It may need restoration. Burnout is not weakness. It is your nervous system asking for safety. Outro! If this helped you understand your body better, subscribe to Silent Health Diary. Here, we don't shame exhaustion. We understand it.